Good morning, people. I hope you are having a great morning. The sun is bright, shiny. The temperature is about 60 right now here in Des Moines. That's where I'm from, Des Moines, Iowa. I guess I didn't tell you that. So this video, I want to give you tips as I am pulling onto the interstate on my headless set, or my hands-free set. It looks like there's traffic. Like I said, it's 60 outside, beautiful, sunny, gorgeous day. So I have 5 tips for you. This is what you should do, or what to expect your first couple weeks of in-house training before you go to the training center of your airport or your airline. I discovered these fairly easy, but some people aren't as personable as myself or have worked as long as I have. So step one, we call it step one. So the first tip. The first tip that I have is, if you are working full-time, do not expect to be working full-time hours your first couple weeks. So I'm full-time, and I've only been doing about 5 hours a day. So I'm not getting 40 hours. I'm getting probably like 25 to 30 hours. So don't expect a full-time paycheck. Another thing, the tip number 2 is, along with that, do not schedule any appointments. Do not expect that you will be getting out on time, or you would have a set schedule. During training, you will not have a set schedule. You work around them. So for instance, that first week I worked Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 9 to 1, and that's when our trainer was available, and that's when I was just doing computer training. And then this week I worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 9 to 1. I shadowed yesterday, so me shadowing yesterday, I'm going to have one more day today of shadowing, and then they're going to put me on the kiosk and just scan luggage in. And then, so those days they want me to do different shifts. So the rest of the week, Thursday and Friday, I will be in at 5 o'clock in the morning, 5 to 9 a.m. So, and that's not full-time hours again. So that is what they have planned for me to do for the next couple days. After today goes down to the hours I'm working today are pretty slow hours. I noticed when I left the airline at 1 p.m. yesterday, it got super busy. So that's that. So that's about hours. Don't expect that you're going to have a set schedule right away. Also, don't expect with the airline you're going to get a set schedule. So what they have told me in the airline is that I have to bid. So after your probationary period, you would be able to bid for your hours. Those schedules are usually like a month or 3 months out, depending on the airline. So if they say, oh, we're going to add this flight, then they're going to have to add it in. So sometimes they have it, your schedule a month in advance or 3 months in advance. And that will change with picking up extra hours and stuff. What I'm noticing now is that people are accepting extra hours. So that, that's a chance of overtime. Overtime is only paid when the supervisor or the airline says there's overtime. If you cover somebody's hours for them and you get overtime hours, you'll get over 40 hours, you do not get that pay differential. Okay? Third tip, study. Pay attention to that book. Do your online assessments. Make sure you watch your online assessments. This is what happened to me yesterday. I was trained on a kiosk. I was still kind of lost. I get home and I'm like, scrolling down, trying to get some tests. There's a training on how to work the kiosk. My coworker showed me like a couple times. It was very basic, scanning, checking IDs, asking questions. But I still had questions in my head, like, do they charge? Do they do this? Do they do that? All airlines use the same kiosk system, I guess, and fairly the same check-in bag. So check-in bags system, that's if when people are on the kiosk, instead of going up to the line and getting their boarding pass, they're able to get their boarding pass at the kiosk, and then they'll print out luggage tags there, and then they will just come up to the counter. There's a person that will just scan their pass, scan their bag, and then send it off. Sometimes there is more people, or there's people that need to pay more on their bags because it's over the 50-pound limit on our airline. So then they do that at the computer. Kiosks, they'll do the other payments. So my suggestion is, before you start shadowing and just get a gif of those classes. So really pay attention to those online classes that they have you do. Then they have what was I going to say? Yep, the workbook. So they gave you a workbook, and I've pushed this on and I've said it again. Study it. Look over it. Look over it like twice a day if you can. So that's my tips. Just, they have those resources for a reason, for your training to go simple. Look through them. And then my tip number 4 is appearance. So I'm not saying to be so glamorous. Just make sure during your training period you are up to their standards of what they want you to look like. If they say business casual, don't come in khaki pants, a nice shirt, and then sandals or flip-flops. Don't do that. Dress appropriate. Even though you're sitting down and on the computer the whole time, just dress the part. Because you are a representation of the company. So when you leave that building, or when you leave that office, you still have your name badge on, and they're going to see who you work for. Just make sure your appearance is up to date. Nice. No, I guess you're not able to show, with our company, they don't want us to show our tattoos. I have one on my arm, and then I have the one on my feet. So I know feet wise, they're probably not going to see it because I wear hose. but I made sure I had shoes that kind of covered them. And then the one on my arm, I'm wearing this cardigan for now every day, so I could cover them, or that one. Piercings, makeup, look nice. You're gonna be, if you are in the gate agent position, just represent the company well. The company does, or my company, I don't know if it's all of them, but I know for sure my company, they told us that our first paycheck is going to be a little bit more than normal, just because, and this went back for a long time when how airplanes, flight attendants, customer service people, they had to have a certain look, nails done, hair done, makeup done, clothes a certain way, things like that. So they give us that money. Well, they don't give us that money. So they loan us that money for us to get the shoes that we need, the proper shoes, the proper clothes. We do, our airline, we do have to pay for 50% of our uniforms. So, so we have to look professional. I've had another job that they have done that before, that they do prepay you, and then if you quit or whatever, you have to pay that money back. So there's that tip. So just your appearance. I'm not saying that you need to go buy, Chanel makeup or, fancy expensive clothes. Just look presentable. I mean, the top that I have on right now, it's from the Salvation Army. So just look presentable. Then the last one, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Get along with your coworkers. Get to know your coworkers. When you are walking into the office or the airline, or even just walking through the gates or whatever, smile. If you see somebody from any airline. So even if it's somebody from a competitor, look, smile. You're gonna need those contacts, let me tell you. So just get to know them, smile, be nice and courteous to them, acknowledge them, okay? On the other hand, don't get into gossip. Luckily, so far, I haven't seen any gossip, or I haven't heard any gossip, but you can make enemies as quick as you can make friends. So my suggestion is just to get along, be neutral, don't get involved with gossip. And that's with all jobs. You want to have a good work environment, and you do get close to your other employees, your other coworkers. So I stop at Burger King, so give me a second. So get along with them, just be nice and courteous to everybody. Don't expect them to, you want to make friends in a way that if you need them to work at different hours for you, or help you with testing, or help you with any other things, you want to make sure that you get along with them. Happy workplace, happy a happy workplace, happy employees equals happy customers, I guess you could say. So that is the end of my video. I hope these 5 tips will help you in your journey in the airline world. So I hope you guys have a great week, and we will talk to you soon. Bye bye. Okay, so one extra tip that I forgot to say is make sure you get to work early. Um, Especially either airline, either airport. Um, your parking is not close like normal jobs. You have to park a little bit far. But just make sure you get to work on time. I am about 20 minutes away from work, from where I live. And so I leave the house way early. So I get here probably like a half hour to 45 minutes early every day. That just gives you enough time to walk inside the airport. Sometimes you have to go into security, and getting logged in, clocked in, all that stuff because they want you on the floor at 9. Exactly. So that's my extra bonus tip. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.